Hello and welcome. Today we have Glacial Knights here for an interview. That team consists of STN Strangleroot in the top lane, Defiance 96 in the jungle, Grimgar in the AD carry role, Kaiser Coolness as the support, and a couple of subs in Tsunami QQA, that's what it says, and J Whittle, I believe. And the last member is right here with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Sicarius. I've been playing since season 1. So.
And that is the mid laner for Glacial Knights. Alright, so first things first. This is what I always want to know. What are your expectations for the split?
Well, we originally had a different roster, and then some people peaced out on us right before, like after we had already signed up a little bit, so to kind of get some fill-in. But the goal is just to win, right? So that's our goal.
True.
We had a little slip up last week. We were up 1, almost won game 2, and then we just choked it away. But that won't happen again. So.
Oh, I like the confidence, and that is unfortunate. But on the other hand, I mean, if they're peaking out, that means that they're improving too. So can't be mad at them for that. All right, so speaking of your match last week, you were up 1, had a solid game 2, right? I want to hear, what were your thoughts on your opponents? I think it was Sean's fan club, right?
Yep. Honestly, we went in with our game plan was just to ban junglers, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played game 1 and 2, and then they had to sub him out. He had to go or something. So that kind of threw us for a loop game 3. Overall, it's normally Defiance doing like the bans. Like him and I will communicate. We'll get teams like a week ahead or whatever, kind of figure out our pick and bans. But last week we kind of just had where everyone could have input, and I think it kind of threw us a little bit. Games 2 and 3 for bans. I think we did some bans we wouldn't have done if we just stuck to our plan originally. So they were good though. Like I said, I think those champ pools aren't the scariest, and I think maybe we could have picked a little bit more aggressive. I think we just played a little scared, like I said, kind of newer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the rosters, at least projecting, because that's all I could do before the season started, I thought they were a pretty strong team, and I had them rated, I think, 5th to start the season, something like that. I thought they were probably a top 2 team in your group for sure, and you guys had a strong performance against them. Do you think that that's a sign of things to come?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have a pretty authoritarian style. Like Defiance is literally our shot caller, so whatever he says goes. Sometimes people will try to rebuttal or whatever, but Grim and me are pretty good about just listen to his call. Let's go in, right? I think that's kind of where things fell apart last time. We just had people questioning calls or this or that. We just have to stick like we did in game 1. Just listen to calls, go in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a really, kind of streamlining the game so that the rest of you can kind of just focus on not messing up, doing the right things. I think that helps, and make sure that you guys are all on the same page as well. All right. So, I am curious. I had you guys rated pretty low in that initial power rankings, and you guys have. I mean, I put you guys up about 4 spots from that to the first week. I think the second highest increase I had from any team. But what do you think? How underrated do you think you guys are? If you've seen the power ranking, if not, I can kind of tell you where I have you.
I haven't seen the new one. I saw the first one. I know the boys were where they were just ready to prove people wrong. So
hey, so far
if you
so
ask
good.
if you ask them, we're the number 1 team in the group, even though we lost last week. So.
I like that. I might have been a little too low on you guys. I've started to increase you guys. Keep coming out with that kind of energy, getting a couple wins under your belt, you're gonna move up quick. Speaking of being the best in your group, give me kind of your thoughts on the rest of the group, all those other teams that should be below you.
As of right now, we're just taking it 1 week at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know we're facing Literal Monkeys Wednesday.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know a whole bunch. I looked a little bit at their champ pools and stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. Strangleroot, he's a raid boss. He's gonna dunk their top, and then we just listen to Defiance. We'll win game. As for everyone else, I mean, like we'll just beat them when we get there, type thing.
Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So, is there one of the things I wanted to talk about is that next matchup with Literal Monkeys. They had, I would say, an even worse first week than you guys. Maybe you guys should have won but didn't, but they got straight to 2-0'd. So, are you guys feeling like real confident? Is there any other like things you guys have talked about or think about the Literal Monkeys team that you're facing on Wednesday?
No, not. I think we just have to stick to our style. Like I said, listen to the shot caller and don't deviate from our plan. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. So, can you kind of give me some of your backgrounds in comp play? Like, let's see.
As a team or just me?
Just you is fine. I mean, you're the one that I know for sure is here, and I can get an accurate account.
Okay, yeah, I don't. I know Strangleroot. I think I played with him before in style. I don't know if we faced him or if he was in a different bracket. With Grimgar, he's been in competitive scenes before. I don't know about the Kaiser coolness. I'm not too sure about him. But Defiance 96, he's actually the reason why I got into playing like these little competitive leagues or whatever. We started in style, and then we moved over here as we, I don't know, I guess like we went around to style and decided to try out like a harder tournament or something, is the best way to put it. So. But we did not have a good showing. So.
So is this your first time in Titan?
No, this is our second time. We didn't play last season. But
so like 2 seasons ago.
Right, yeah. But we had some roster, people leave the roster like last second before the season started, so that kind of threw us for a loop. I played support then instead of mid.
Oh, goodness. All right, so tell me, how are you feeling about this split compared to that one you played in Titan a couple splits ago?
Personally, I will always feel more comfortable playing support than mid, but we got some really good players on the team, like mechanically good. We spent a lot of time looking for people. I think we spent 2 months just trying to find everyone to build this team. So
nice. I think that really good. That should feel really good then. How did you guys place in that, or how did you place in that Titan split a couple seasons ago?
I think we only won one game that time, so not very good at all.
Not the same as this split, huh?
No, not at all.
You guys want to turn that around? Instead of one win, it's going to be one loss in regular season?
That's right. Go undefeated from here on out.
All right. I think that's a good goal, especially if you played so well against Sean's fan club. I still imagine them as a top 2 team in the group, and if you're as good as you guys are saying, I mean, maybe just a top 3 team in the group, you know.
Right.
So a good first week against what I would consider one of the hardest opponents. You guys looked good. You guys have, I mean, I know it sucks to lose, but you have nowhere to go but up in terms of record, and nowhere to go but down in terms of quality of opponents.
Right.
All right, so yeah, you guys should feel great. I think that if you are nearly as good as what you're saying about how you played against Sean's fan club, you're gonna have a good season. This isn't gonna be a repeat of a couple seasons ago. All right, so out of curiosity, how often do you guys practice?
This week's kind of a weird week. Our ADC likes to play Destiny, so I guess the new expansion dropped. Yeah, but normally our practice days are, well, Monday and Friday. It was Wednesdays, but obviously Titans on Wednesdays. So.
Yeah.
I guess 2 days a week for practice, 1 day per game.
Not bad. And how does the team dynamic feel?
Actually pretty good. Like I said, like when we stick to our style and our play, we do well in scrims too. So.
Yeah, nice. And everyone feels comfortable. Is it more professional, or do you guys like keep it a little bit more relaxed, hardcore? What do you say you guys are?
everyone but the support's pretty chill. The support, he's the guy that keeps us focused. Like we'll all be sitting here talking about whatever in loading screen sometimes, and he brings us back to reality. He's a pretty chill dude. I guess you could call him cool.
I mean, it's in the name, right? Cool, or Kaiser Coolness,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
But he's also there to keep you guys in line, make sure that
Yep.
everyone's on the same page, doing the
Yep.
right things. Nice.
Yep.
All right, so what do you think of your? I mean, it's pretty early in the split, but you have a season and Titan a couple splits ago. What do you think about the number of teams compared to then, and the quality of teams?
It's hard for me to say just from switching roles. Really,
True, yeah.
I'm still kind of like learning on the fly myself. So, I mean, like the Sean fan club, if they're the number one team in our group, I'm not too worried. I guess overall, like I think we're fine. As far as the amount of teams, I mean, it's just more people to beat, right? So
True.
more competition.
I would project them and maybe Horizon Vanguard as kind of like the top two in the groups currently. So, yeah, if you played well against one of them, I think it bodes well. Have any of the other teams in the league kind of stuck out to you, the rosters when they came out, anything like that, where you're like, oh, that should be an interesting team, or I'm interested to play them? Anything like stick out to you in terms of all the other rosters?
No, like I said, the people on the team have pretty strong confidence, I guess. So there wasn't anyone worried. It was more so about, I guess, which group we were going to be in more than anything. Like when we rolled this group, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we got lucky. We got the weakest group." So
I actually have them as the second weakest. I thought Group A was a little weaker, but it's hard to say. It's always hard to say.
right. I'm just going off what they were saying. Yep.
Now, with that said, as long as it wasn't Group B. Group B, yeah, that one's a rough one. I think there are going to be some definite playoff teams that are just going to miss because they're in Group B.
Right.
But your group completely open. Completely open. All right. So what are you predicting? Do you think it's going to be a 2-0 next week? You guys going to stick to your style and just win the game?
I'll say 2-1. 2-1. Yeah,
2-1?
Grimgar's going to run it down one game, so we got to give him at least one game on the enemy team, but we'll 2-1 him.
Nice. All right, so let's see. You guys have... How long have you guys been together as a team?
I think literally just 3 weeks. Well, no, not even that. Not counting last week, 1 week. If you count last week, 2 weeks. So I guess going on 3 now. As a full
Okay.
team. Yeah.
Was there a core and then you had to like replace members, or...
Originally, we had the team figured out. We just needed to find a mid, but we struggled to find a mid, so then that's when we just made the swap. And then we had one support that was going to play, and then some things just fell through. So then we found Kaiser Coolness last minute, and he ended up being the right choice to go with anyways. Like I said, he's a really chill dude.
Yeah, it sounds like he brings a lot of intangibles in terms of like the focus. Like it allows the rest of you to still like be yourselves and not be overly, I guess, too focused.
Yeah, he's really good at calling stuff in their lane. They'll be even in lanes when they're going into the game thinking they'll lose, and then he's just down there like shot calling, leading to victory. They're getting kills and stuff. So.
All right, nice. Okay, so do you have any? It seems like you might not know too many of the other teams in the league, so it's okay if you don't have this. But if you were to pick like maybe 3 to 4 teams that you think are probably the top tier teams, did you have any in mind? Besides yourselves, of course.
Yeah, honestly, I have No clue.
You're all
Not gonna
good.
lie to you.
You just want to put
Yeah.
Glacial Knights in all 3 positions and call it a day?
Yeah, just us. 1, 2, and 3. The only way to beat us is for us to beat ourselves. There you go.
Alright, I see that you have a coach on the team, right? Coach for the team?
No, we currently don't have one.
Oh, sorry, I was on the...
They're listed, but they've kind of been MIA. I don't know what the deal is there.
That's very common in amateur League of Legends. That is not abnormal in any way. But I think that a lot of teams are kind of in the same boat or just never had one to begin with, so not too worried about it. With that said, I would like to kind of just give you a little bit of time to think about if you have anything else you want to say, be it a shout out to anyone, a message to the league, or just anything interesting that you think would be good to bring up about the team that maybe just didn't get hit in the interview. This is kind of your time to do whatever you want, really.
Like I said, we lost that first week, but we're gonna go undefeated from here on out, win it all. So that's all I gotta say. All the other teams just better watch out, watch their back.
All right, because the Glacial Knights are coming. All right, thanks you for coming out. It's always great to have players coming out, and I think that in the group you're in, if you keep playing how you are, you guys are... I'm going to see you again when it comes to playoff time. But to everyone watching, you guys need to be watching your back, because I heard that Glacial Knights, they're one you have to keep your eye out for. Thanks for watching. All right, good night.